Hello everyone, Susan Campfield here with Suestampfield.com. Happy Crafternoon, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. What is up with my hair? It's all sticking up. Happy Saturday. This is my monthly class. Now I know typically demonstrators do private classes in a private video. I choose to do mine public. So some of you may have a packet if you qualified for this class last month. If you placed a $50 order in my online store for Stampin' Up! Products, then you received a packet in the mail to make this card along with me. You'll also receive after this video a full-on, and I mean full-on, tutorial with step-by-step photos of all of the projects. Normally I do 5 versions. Well, I'm supposed to do 5 versions. I end up doing more most of the time, and today I went a little crazy. So anyway, I'm excited to share. Now my team members that are out there, they got the email, they've already seen the sneak peek of the card at our box party the other night, and they got dimensions so they could cut their own packet because they get a discount on everything they buy. So they have all the stuff, and I just gave them all the instructions so they can make their own packet and also make this card with me, and they always get the tutorial as well. Now the tutorial will be available for purchase if you're not able to take part in the class and you want to learn this cool fold. So I got you covered no matter what. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I can't wait to show you this new fun fold card. Quick reminder, you can sign up for my emails, suestampfield.com. I send out free project sheets. And then I also, if you sign up for my blog, you'll get notification when this post goes live with the tutorial information and pictures of all the cards you're about to see. Okay, I got all the businessy stuff out of the way. Let's dive right in. I'm going to go down to my desktop. First off, shout out to my Facebook friends over on the Sue Stampfield Facebook group. If you guessed nail color number 30, you were correct. We were playing a little game. I was like, guess, I sent the whole card of the different colors, and I said, guess which one I picked. All right, let's go in and dive right into, I want to share with you the new fun fold card. This is the pop-up bandstand fun fold. So this card pops open like so, and it stands up for display. Of course, it folds flat, fits in a standard Stampin' Up! Envelope, and it's awesome. You can see all of the different dimensions on this card that make it really, really cool. And on the back side, we have, oh, hang on, that's my cheat sheet. On the back side is where we can have our sentiment, and of course we can write our message. So this is my cheat sheet with all the products that we used. Now I made multiple versions of this card, and I would love to share them with you. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Iced Images. This bandstand pop-up card was adapted from their, okay, hopefully I get the name right here. It's half hexagon frame pop out card, I think is the full name of it. I will post the link in the description of this video so you can find it. And then I also wanted to give a quick shout out to one of my viewers who inspired me to make this fold. She sent me an email. I'm just looking to see, find her name. I pulled it up really late last night. Okay, it's not here. Why is it not here? Anyway, Vicky is her name. She found this card on Pinterest. It was made by, I think, Lori King. And Vicky emailed me and said, or a similar card to this. The ones that Iced Images made were big, 5x7, 6x6, and I think an 8x8 maybe as well. Anyway, Vicky was the one that inspired me to figure if once she went and found the information from Iced Images and sent that to me, and I was so intrigued. I thought, I want to see if I can adapt that down and you know, make my own version of it. So that's where we did here. That's what I've done here. So let's dive in and look at all of the different versions of this card. This is the one we're going to be making in this video. It's perfect for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, special birthdays, golden birthdays, all of the things. All right, so let's look at the other versions. This one is with the beautiful Season of Elegance designer paper and the Peaceful Evergreen and Peaceful Season dies. Stands up like so for display, and then on the back, pull off my little post-it note cheat sheet here. On the back, we've got our sentiment and a place to write. We'll be talking about the purpose of you'll see in all of the cards, I have designer strips of paper on the back. Those kind of help cover up some of the lumps and bumps from your assembly and just give a finishing touch to the card. All right, let's keep going. You want to see more? All right, this next one is so cute. Oh my gosh. I did two of them because I couldn't decide between the snowman and the penguin. I'm like, well, let's just do both. Why don't we? So this is the Snowy Scenes designer paper and the Snowy Wonder bundle. What's so cool is you just die cut this whole snow globe out of the designer series paper, as well as this one with the dies that are in the Snowy Wonder set. I decided to do Happy New Year. I could certainly do a Christmas card with this, but I did Happy New Year because some of my friends actually send out New Year's cards instead of Christmas cards because the holidays are such a hectic time when you start with Thanksgiving and going through that they do it after the fact. And of course, New Year's cards can be sent really anytime in January, so you've got some extra time there. And then on the back of this is some more little fun there. I love that you can die cut the penguins and the snowmen out of this this designer paper, which makes the cards so quick and easy. I do have a little trick on this because the base and the globe are separate on both of these. So I've got a little, I'll walk you through it in the tutorial how to bridge that together. All right, you want to see now. Stamina demonstrators know that the pre-order for the January through April catalog actually started this week. And so I just got my box. I overnight shipped it. And so I decided to make some versions with the new stuff because new stuff is fun. So this is a big sneak peek. These products will be available to customers in January. However, they're available if you purchase the starter kit. You can select these in your starter kit now. So this first one is with the Beautiful Butterflies bundle and the Bokeh Designer Series paper. And you can see the bokeh in there. I may be pronouncing that wrong. Apparently, it's also pronounced bouquet. I've always heard it pronounced bokeh. So either way works. Designer paper back here. These dies are there's so many things you can do with these butterfly dies. I couldn't hardly wait to play, as you can see. And so of course stands for display. This one is a hybrid embossing folder. So it comes with a butterfly embossing folder that also works with the dies. And then on the back, we have our time to celebrate and another little butterfly there. And then we're going to go ahead and keep going. There were some more new products I played with. This sweet card is from the Wildflower Birthday Suite, Wildflower Birthday Designer paper, and then the, what's it called? Birthday Celebrations stamp set. Now, both of these two use a free celebration item on them, the sequins. These are the purple self-adhesive sequins, although honestly, they're purple, pink, and white in various colors. So they go with a lot of things. But I love the little tassels that come in this set of dies, in the birthday celebration set of dies, as well as the banner. And in fact, this one, that designer series paper, that Wildflower birthday designer paper, also has some die cut punch outs. They're pre-done, like which would totally work with this card as well. And then on the back, we've got the Make-A-Wish, and I just took a banner die and cut a pattern, a cake out of the paper. So that is with the Wildflower Birthday. One more. This is probably the suite that I was so excited about and could hardly wait to get my hands on. And it is called Storybook Moments. So this version of the pop-up bandstand or bandstand pop-up card is with Storybook Moments. Certainly reminds me of Beatrix Potter, which my mom loved to read to us when I was little. And so this one would be a fun one to send to her for Easter. There's a Happy Easter sentiment in it. There's also a Happy Spring. And it has two designer papers in it, the plaid and the Storybook Moments, and I used both Timeless Plaid, I believe it's called. And you know, this little bunny is punched out. This paper also has some die cuts that are, you just punch them out and use them. Also, you can die cut the bunny out of the paper as well. So, and then on the back, we just have a happy birthday sentiment, and that is from, oh gosh, it's a new stamp set. It's Julie Davison's $1 Million set. I am blanking out on the name. Shoot. I can't find With You in Mind. With You in Mind. Oh, just saw it at the last minute. So, are you guys ready to learn how to make this fun bandstand pop-up card? And I want to explain a little bit about the name Bandstand. Here we go. Oh, so many cards. All right, let's go. Let's just sweep these all aside. And we're going to make this version. So bandstand is, it might be an American term. I'm not sure how global that one is. A bandstand is a structure, usually in a town square or a park, that is often polygonal or hexagonal shaped, kind of like a gazebo, if you will, but bigger. And it's where a band would perform. And so that's what this reminded me of, a structure like that. And so that's what I was inspired by for this name. All right, let's dive right in. I'm tired. Can you guys tell? I was up late making cards. What a surprise, right? All right, for those of you who have a packet, let's grab that. And we are going to start out with, oh, so many goodies. Oh my gosh, I went a little crazy on your packet. Look at all your die cut pieces in there. Man, oh man. All right, it's all good. All right, so these two pieces we're going to set aside. That's for the back in a little while. And this piece is, of course, to decorate. I'm going to set that aside as well. I'm going to start with my card base here. And the bands. The bands form the top and bottom section of this pop-out card. And so let's go ahead and grab a bone folder. And we're going to start with the card base. The card base, now this is a class video. There is a full tutorial available for all of these cards. All of the papers and measurements are in that tutorial. However, I'm going to give you the basics for just these three pieces to form the base of this card, so that you can still make it. All right, so this is 4 1/4 by 5 3/8. That's the card base, and it's scored at 3/4 of an inch and 4 5/8 inch on this end, or you can score 3/4 in from each end. Either way works. All right, and so I'm just taking my bone folder and I'm going to crease those. Now we're going to be decorating this with some. You can decorate it with designer papers, like I did on this version and many of the versions. Or what we're going to do is we're going to use some embossed cardstock. So remember that piece I set aside here. Now make sure before you stick it down, make sure you have it the right direction. Because this card is horizontal, I keep thinking the piece should be horizontal. It actually want to make sure you've got it the right way. So we're actually going to do it the long way, the vertical way. So we'll go ahead and put some adhesive on that. Oh, found it. Take a sip, everyone. I found my adhesive. If this is your first time watching, I lose stuff. I'm a super messy crafter. And so we play a little game here. And when I lose something and find it again, we all say found it and take a sip of our beverage. So we're going to stick that in the center part. This is why we folded on those score lines, so that we could see where the score lines are and make sure we get inside of those. I hope that makes sense. You should have an even border, mostly even around the sides. Probably have a little bit more at the top and bottom. And then I'm going to very carefully open my packet. I don't want to get all of these pieces out yet because I don't need them quite yet. And I'm just going to grab my little embossed pieces. There's the other one hiding back there. You should have two little embossed pieces here, and those are going to be stuck right in the left and right sides here. Okay, and let's go ahead and we'll just center it. Again, that's why we folded on those score lines, so that you could get it in there evenly. Now, if you have a packet, you might be making this along with me, or you might prefer to just watch and then assemble on the replay. That way you can pause it when you need more time. And I tend to talk a little fast sometimes. So, and then you know what you're getting into before you start. Whoops, I got that a little lower than I wanted. Fortunately, it's white on white, so you know any little imperfections are not going to jump out at you. Okay, so at this point we should have our embossed pieces on. Okay, all right, now we're going to take the two bands and we're going to fold on these score lines. Now these two pieces are 1¼ inch by 7, and they are scored at 3/4 of an inch, 2½ inches, 4½ inches, and 6¼ inches. All right, again, I'm folding on those basically because we're going to decorate these with designer series paper, and it's going to help me see where to put my pieces. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just reinforce this. Now we're going to be sticking these bands on with tear and tape. And for those of you with packets, I apologize. I left the tear and tape off of the paper in there. I made my first one with standard adhesive, and I quickly realized, you know, we really should step it up to tear and tape to just make sure those bands don't come off. So, so use tear and tape if you've got it. If you don't, use standard adhesive and just burnish the places we attach well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stick on our designer paper pieces. Woo, that was hard to say. So I'm going to go back to my packet here. I'm not going to pull out these two long ones yet. Now this is the Nature's Sweetness Designer Series paper from the annual catalog. And you're going to have a whole bunch of pieces here, all right? So these two are a little bit longer than these 4 because our center section is a little bit wider, all right? So just go ahead and lay them out on your surface so that you have the 2 longer ones. And I'm going to just take a minute to put all of the patterns going the same direction. Some of them are, there's no direction at all, right? And then it doesn't matter. But this one, I have some directions. Now, some of you might have, instead of this pattern in your pack, you might have this other pattern from Nature's Sweetness with these golden leaves. Either one is going to look great. All right. Let's go ahead and stick these on. So I'm going to just grab my adhesive here and swipe that out of the way. And we're going to put these little rectangles right in each little scored section. Don't put anything on the ends. Those are the tabs that are going to be attached to our card, and they're going to actually fold around to the back. And I switched it. So I'm again, watch your patterns when you stick these on. If you care about those things, some people don't care about that kind of stuff. I get really picky about that. when it's me making it, I want it to be all the same direction. All right. So, okay. So I've got those 3 on like so. Let's go ahead and stick these 3 on. Now you could also use embossed cardstock for this instead of designer paper. I suppose you could even leave it blank or stamp on it. I didn't try that, but I did do, I think the butterfly version was with the embossing, especially if you like that white on white look. Actually, I think the Happy New Year ones were also, the penguin and snowman ones were also embossed with the So Swirly embossing folder. Okay. Got those on. All right. So at this point, we should have something that looks like that. All right. I'm going to bring the card base back in. I'm going to turn the card base upside down. I'm going to turn my 2 arms upside down. So I'm now on the back of the card. I have my arms upside down. I am going to position the arm, one at the top of the card and one at the bottom. I want to do this before I put my tear and tape on because sometimes it's easy to put it in the wrong spot. I literally just did that an hour ago when I was making the last card. and I put it on the wrong side. I'm like, seriously, Sue, yeah. How many of these cards have you made and you put on the wrong side? So this will help you make sure you get the tear and tape on the right side, not the wrong side. So what we're going to be doing here is, you see how I have this one lined up with the top edge of the band and the top edge of the card base. I'm going to be putting tear and tape here and attaching that. Okay. I'm going to put tear and tape here and attach that, and the same with the bottom. All right. Does that make sense? Now I want to bring this up close. You want to center this. You should have about a 1/16 of an inch between the edge of the card and the score line. And there's a purpose for that. If you don't make this a little bit bigger than the card base, you get a buckling issue, and your card won't pop out. Okay, so I'm gonna, now that I've determined where my tear and tape goes, I'm gonna slide that away, and I want to put my tear and tape as close to the straight edge, the cut edge, not the folded edge. And then another piece right there. The reason I'm doing that is there'll be that little 1/16 of an inch showing, and I don't want that sticky. All right, so again, fairly close to that cut edge, and the second piece fairly close to that. You probably don't have to do two pieces. I just err on the side of caution. All right, so again, this is the paper side, and then our tear and tape pieces are there and there. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same on the bottom piece. So again, I'm going to stick it close to that cut edge, and another one right behind it. You see how there's, here's the fold right there. There's just a little bit of space right there. Way more than I need. It's probably 1/8 of an inch instead of a 1/16 of an inch left over, and this one right here. All right, so we've got those all set. I've got a dog deciding to get up here. There's a lot of stretching going on. All right, Miss Mercy is joining us once again. All right, so we're going to go ahead and position this right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull off the tear and tape. And this might be a part you want to wait and do after the video, when you're watching the replay, because I'm going to fold this in place and then show you how much it sticks out. And that's why our card base is a little bit of a unique size. Okay, so I've got my tear and tape there. I've got it positioned that there's about a 1/16 of an inch, teeny tiny bit before the score line, and I'm just going to fold that flap down. I'm going to do the same on this side, and I'm going to hold it up here so you can see. Can you see that little tiny, how this sticks out about a 1/16 of an inch and about a 1/16 of an inch? Peggy, it was number 30. We're still playing the, oh, you know what? This sticks better if you take the backing off of it. Oh my goodness, Susan. Seriously. All right. Let's go ahead and pull this up. There we go. All right. So now make sure my top is lined up straight with my band edge and press that in place. All right. So much better when you take off the backs. All right. We're going to do the same thing on the bottom arm. I started from scratch with this. I watched the Iced Images video and I saw their dimensions and then started over, and oh my gosh, I should have kept all of the fails that I had, because it took me quite a while to figure it out as far as the right dimensions and the right little bit to have stick over and to have it not buckle. I almost gave up, honestly, but I was like, no, it's going to be cool. So I was glad in the end that I stuck it out, because it's really fun and it is quite easy. As long as you put the tear and tape on the right side, everything's cool. All right, so I've got those in place. Again, I've got my band flush to the bottom of my card base. I'm going to press that down and press this down. All right, there we go. So now it pops out, stands for display. Now on this version, I used basic, just regular basic white cardstock. I did like this one, I actually used thick basic white, and it might hold its shape a little bit better. I don't, honestly, there isn't a huge difference, but it has got a more heft to it. So it's up to you on which one you prefer to do. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and finish our card. All right, so now we're going to go back to this little packet with all these fun goodies in it. All right, I'm going to pull out this little sleeve that has our cake in it, and this circle right here, the big circle. This is from the everyday, oh, what's it called? Everyday Details dies. And the cake parts are from Cake Celebrations. And then I also use the Happy Hibiscus dies, which come with the embossing folder, because I use the Happy Hibiscus embossing folder inside here. And we're going to build our cake, and then we're going to put our cake on that circle, and then we'll attach the whole business to our card here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my cake stand right here, and then I have my 2 layers of cake, and those I embossed them with the Happy Hibiscus embossing folder just to add some extra sparkle. So I love this card because cakes can be for so many things, right? Any kind of celebration. But with the gold and the white, it makes me think of weddings, anniversaries, golden birthdays, you know, really special occasions. So I have my, I'm going to slide this top piece behind the, no, wait, I'm going to do it this way. I forgot I was working from the back. All right, so I've got my cake layered up, right? So I'm just overlapping the bottom layer just a little bit with my cake. Okay, that's a little crooked, that's okay. And then my cake stand. And we're going to stick everything down with some dimensionals. I'm going to grab my dimensionals. We're going to use both regular size and minis on this. And I'm going to start by attaching my my top. Oh, wait, I forgot something. Hold on, I got ahead of myself. Got one more thing I need to stick on. We also need to attach our little banner flags. How cute are those? So those, of course, are going to go at the very top of the cake. So I've got the little picks on the end of the banners sticking into that first layer of cake. Just want to make sure I'm straight. All right, you guys, I'm gonna just do this piecemeal because my hands are a little shaky. All right, so once I got that lined up ish, there we go. We're gonna go ahead and smack that down with a couple full-size dimensionals. So making sure the dimensionals are covering the little pick ends of my banner flag. All right. So I've tacked on the banner to the top layer. Now I'm going to attach the top layer to the middle layer of the cake. All right, so I've got it, the middle layer tucked behind, or bottom layer, I guess we should say. Now with this Cake Celebration set, this is available now as an online exclusive. I have a frog in my throat. We're going to go ahead and put another big dimensional there, and another big dimensional here. Actually, in my tutorial, I only put one there, so that would also work. That would also work. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and lay the whole cake. Let's see what it looks like so far. Now we're going to lay the whole cake again face down on our face down cake plate. This is where the mini dimensionals are going to come into play. If you don't have mini dimensionals, you could cut your standard dimensionals in half. And we're going to go ahead and put a mini dimensional at this end, just attaching that to the cake plate. And then I'll put one at the other end. Make sure my cake isn't too wonky here, lopsided. And then I'm going to actually put a mini down here, and I'm going to put a full-size dimensional right here. Probably overkill, probably don't have to have that, but you know, don't want it falling off, right? So there I've got all of my dimensions on there. And we're going to turn our cake over, and we're going to decorate our cake. This is my kind of cake decorating with paper. So I'm going to use a multi-purpose liquid glue to attach my drip frosting pieces. These are all dies that come in that cake celebration set. So we're going to flip over our frosting pieces so that I'm on the back side. And then I'm going to take multi-purpose liquid glue to attach these. By the way, shout out to my friend Ashley over at The Country Hive. This is their newest glue holder that's now available, and she sent me one. How cute is that? Perfect gift, perfect holiday gift for your crafty friends. And then we're going to go ahead and put on this. Now, if you don't use multi-purpose liquid glue, or if you're not a glue fan, you could actually stick these on with glue dots. The bottom one you could use glue dots regular. The top one you could fold glue dots in half. Either way will work. All right, I've got that all gluey. And oh, I'm throwing things. I've now stuck my turn tape to my all right, getting wild here. All right, let's go ahead and put the bottom one on. I'm just gonna flip that over, and the bigger drip piece obviously goes on the bottom cake layer. Just center it on the cake layer and press it into place. A little frosting on there. Now, of course, you could do a pink cake, you could do a chocolate cake, you could do whatever you want, and it's no calories. Yay! And then our other drip piece on top right there. So you're watching the cake decorating. Yeah. All right, there we go. There we've got a good start to our cake. Now we're going to take our flowers. These are, again, from the Happy Hibiscus dies. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a stylus, the stylus end of my Take Your Pick tool here, and my Stampin' Pierce mat. And if you don't have a Stampin' Pierce mat, you can use just anything soft, like a mouse pad, or just do it on your hand. Do it holding in your hand, and just press down in the center so that the flowers kind of cup up and just gives them a little extra dimension. All right. And let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. And hold on one second. Hold the phone. I have misplaced my my embellishments, so I've got one other packet here, one extra packet I'm stealing out of there. All right, in the Post-it note inside, you have some of the iridescent foil gems. There, you either have 3 small or 3 large. Either one works. This is mostly clear with just some gold sparkles in it. So we're going to put one of those in the center of each flower. All right. I'm sure I'll find my sticky note with those in the gems on my desk here when the video's over, but all right, and now we're going to stick these on our card with a glue dot. So I'm going to grab my glue dots, and we're going to start with the biggest flower. And we're going to put our glue dot on the back there, and we're going to stick that over here. Now, I forgot to press in the middle of my gem, and so it was just setting there. You need to press in the middle to make sure it adheres. So I'm going to do that on these two as well. All right. And now we're going to take a small flower and put a glue dot on the back of that. And that's going to go right next to this flower. And then one more flower for our cake. And if you didn't want the banner flags on top of your cake, you could certainly put a flower on the top, or, you know, decorate it any way you want. But I've got my 3 flowers in place there. Let's push that out of the way. And now I am going to grab my big circle here from the Everyday Details dies. And as you might imagine, we're going to stick our cake onto the circle. So let's go ahead and take the backings off of those dimensionals. So many dimensionals. But it's great because not only are these dimensionals going to stick it on our circle and give it dimension, they're also holding all of the cake parts together. So they're doing double duty. Pull this off. One more. There it is. Okay. And stick that onto the circle. Like so. And now we're going to put our circle on our card, and it's going to go in between our two band pieces. So we're going to flatten our card out. Going to grab a few dimensionals here, and we're going to put 2 dimensionals at the top and 2 dimensionals at the bottom, and that's what we're going to attach our circle to. And you can see I am putting these dimensionals so that the flat edge is right next to the edge of the band, just so I make sure that they don't show based on how high or how low I stick that circle on. So I'm peeling the backings off of those. Again, you can flatten it out for this bit, and we're going to stick it in place. So your decorative element that goes on the front of this card does not need to be within the score lines. It can absolutely extend, but it can only be adhered to that center score line, or it's going to interfere with the pop-out mechanism. All right. We need a greeting for this card. I gave you 2 options in your pack because I couldn't decide which I liked better. So you can either do gold on white, or if you wanted like maybe a super elegant black tie kind of feel, you can do gold on black. Either one looks good and works. All right. So I gave you both because I wasn't sure which way you'd want to go. So I'm going to grab a white one here. And now if you don't have gold embossing, you certainly could just stamp it in black ink or an ink color of your choice. I'm going to take my embossing buddy here and just wipe the oils off my hands. I did put lotion on my hands before I started today, and I don't want my embossing powder to stick to that. And then I'm going to ink up the words "for you." This is from the Layering Leaves stamp set, which is Rachel Tessman's $1 Million stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that in Versamark ink on this little circle. The circle is also from the Everyday Details dies. And then I'm going to bring in my little tray here. This is all from the Embossing Editions Toolkit. I'm going to open up my Metallic Gold Rich Regular Wow Embossing Powder. This comes in the Metallics Wow Embossing Powder colors. So sprinkle that on there liberally, tap off the excess. And I like to blow off any little granules that are hanging out behind. This one does not want to come off, so I'm going to grab my paintbrush and see if I can convince it to come off there. And then I'm going to grab my little tweezers that come in the Embossing Editions toolkit, and I'm going to use those to hold on to this while I melt it with the heat tool. All right, let's grab the heat gun here. I can't talk during this bit because it's loud, so talk amongst yourselves for a moment. All right, so we've got our gold circle there with our "for you" on it. And we're going to go ahead and grab our card here. And we want to put, instead of putting your dimensional on the back of the circle, put it on the big circle. That way you're covered. It's not going to stick out and not going to stick to your card, right? So I've got my dimensional on there, pull off the backing, and I'm just going to stick on my greeting. Now this could even be, you could even do Happy New Year card with the cake on it. I mean, that's a celebration, right? All right, let's go to the back of our card and finish it off. So we're going to turn this around. Now, the back side is the inside of this card, quote unquote. That's where you're going to write words. Everyone's going to look at that. So we want to kind of cover up these little bits and pieces of our bands and where those came across. So that's what these two pieces are for. So the pieces of designer paper, and I just matched them to whatever pattern you had on the front. Again, they're directional, and those are going to stick on here and just sort of cover up all those lumps and bumps. So it's not a lot of lumps and bumps, but you know, it'll just give it a more finished look. So I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive to these pieces, and I'm just going to center them here and stick them in place. I guess I'm erring towards the middle of the card instead of dead on center. All right, that one's a little crooked. Oh well. And then this one goes on over here. That one I got a little straighter. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've got our other pieces of designer paper on the back. And then we have these two pieces. Now, these are almost square, but not quite. So I want to make sure that I'm stamping it the correct direction. Wow, that was a mouthful. So it's too big here. Here's my score lines. I can see it extends beyond. So I want to do it this way, the skinny way, instead of the wide way. And when I say why, it's only like 1/8 of an inch difference. So it is hard to tell. I'm going to grab my ink pad here, and then we're going to do a sentiment from the Cake Celebration stamp set. There's lots of choices. You could do happy anniversary, happy wedding, happy birthday. I'm going to do celebrate because then it covers any event I want to use this card for. So I've got the celebrate word here. And then with for you on the front and celebrate on the back, I am covered for whatever occasion I will have this card ready to grab and can customize it at that time with my whatever I write. All right, so we've got our sentiment stamp there. We're just going to stick that onto this piece. And all right, there we go. It's stuck in place. And let's go ahead and stick this on. And this is going to go right between those two score lines and centered at the top and the bottom. And there we have our pop-up bandstand card. Yay! Let's do a quick recap of all the versions here. So this is our Golden Cake Celebration. So it's the Cake Celebration stamp set with the Nature Sweetness designer paper and a little extra help from the Happy Hibiscus. And then this one is our Season of Elegance version with the Christmas tree on it. That Christmas tree is just perfect fit for the bands there. And then Merry Christmas on the back. And then we have our double Happy New Year cards with the, what's it called again? Is it Snowy Scenes Designer Paper and Snowy Wonder Bundle? And there is on the back. And then our little penguin guy, he's so cute. Cute, cute, cute. And then Stacy is excited. I cannot wait for the tutorial to come out. The tutorial is coming soon, Stacy. I have it halfway written. Still in progress here. So again, if you sign up for my blog, let's see, where is that? Hang on. And I will, let's see. There you go. If you go to Suestampfield.com, click on subscribe. You've got two options. You can sign up for my free project sheets, or you can sign up for my blog posts, or you can sign up for both. And the blog post is where I'll have pictures of all of the cards. So this is the new Beautiful Butterflies, Beautiful Bokeh, coming in January, or available now in the starter kit. Demonstrators can pre-order this. This one is the Wildflower Birthday. I chose not to put any flowers on this one, but there's a bunch of cute flowers in this set. There's the back of that one. And then we have this one. No, wait, not this one. We already looked at that one, Sue. We have this one right here with the cute storybook moments. Absolutely love that. Paper, the Timeless Plaid, I believe it's called, and then the Storybook Friends. Super, super cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, I'm going to flip the camera. Now I'm going to be back tonight. If you want to join me this evening, I will be here at 7:30 Central Time with another creative video. So would love to have you tune in and join me. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. And again, stay tuned. Right here, if you subscribe to Suestampfield.com, you'll get that blog post when it comes out. I would love to create with you next month at the December Crafternoon. If you place a $50 order in my online store for Stampin' Up! Product this month, next month you'll get a packet to make the fun fold card with me in the video. So yay, and I already even know what the fold's going to be, and you're going to love it. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.